back up. Or one of his friends was driving and they hit and killed somebody.
I have no idea. Okay, I am so upset right now. But he could be going to jail for the rest of his life just by being in that car. Do you understand me? Don't lie. What did you do?
I don't know what happened.
On July 13th, 2024, officers with the Kent Police Department locked eyes on a stolen Hyundai Sonata. The driver, a 16-year-old boy. Moments later, he launched into an 103 miles per hour chase through city streets. The pursuit ended in a fiery crash that split another car in half, and the teen driver vanished before anyone could catch him.
Let's get behind this wall, guys.
I know it's broken. I can't walk on it. Come on. Oh.
Was anybody else in your car?
No.
What do you mean you don't know?
I can't think. Please. Was anyone else in the car? I can't remember.
Our suspect occupant.
That's my car, the one over there.
Okay. Okay. Did you happen to see how many people were in the car?
When I saw it was 3 persons.
You saw 3 people?
Yeah, I saw 3 people. It was I think it was the apartments where they park once get out there.
Okay, but when you were following us, or when one of my partners...
It was, I think I saw, Alejandro Moreno. Yeah, I think the one who was driving, it was like African American.
He dropped off 2 people. He dropped off
He
one?
dropped off 1.
Okay, and then 2.
It was 1 behind and it was 2 in front.
What do you mean 2 in front?
And 1 behind.
So where did you called saying you saw your car. Where were you at when you called?
I was in my house and the street from the houses.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like running, like speeding in that street.
Tonight?
Okay. I saw him speeding and then he passed away again. Like he passed twice. That's when I called the police. Is that guy alive?
I don't know. I don't know, ma'am. Right now we're investigating all this, okay? Don't worry about it. I want to hear what happened from your side of the story and like see what was happening. You could send me that video later.
Well, it doesn't have it. I just want to show you. That's the driveway. This is the driveway, and they were driving like speeding on that. The driveway looks like African American.
Okay.
And I didn't see the other 2.
African American, male, female.
Man.
And?
It was a male, yeah.
Okay, can you describe more about him? Like, like his hair, see any piercings, see any like facial hair, anything?
I don't remember. I was focused on my car.
You focused on your car. You saw him.
And I was looking on the plates on my car to make sure it was my car.
Okay.
When I call 911, I give the address, the apartment's address, and that's when the police show.
Okay, that's when you flagged out my partner, like hey. And then you guys started chasing after it, right? Which don't do that ever again if that ever occurs.
I know, but I'm so desperate.
Ma'am, that's dangerous. This is what happened, right? This is what you.
Yeah, that's why I call.
Decide, right?
I call not emergency.
Yeah, don't just call emergency. It goes to the same people.
Yeah, and then told me if you sell your car again, just call 911.
Yes, do not pursue. Do not do what you just did because that could be what happens to you, right?
Are you gone?
I didn't see that. I was at the intersection when the guy freaking flew. I saw him hit that. I think it's a Prius that's sitting right there. I saw him hit that guy. That's really. I didn't see who got out of the car. That car right there. That's the car I remember seeing flying through the intersection that was running.
Okay. Do you know if the light going north and south was red or green?
It had just turned green right when he was going through it. So I mean, enough to where nobody probably would have got it, but if somebody was going already in the light, I mean, it was right. It was right there.
Where did that white car come out of? The Target parking lot, 260th.
I didn't see that. I was at the light, not that light, but light. What is that?
At 256.
Yeah, where the main.
Okay. All right.
I saw him actually go through the intersection. He actually lost control. I saw massive sparks come out of the car. He lost control over right there. Hit that Prius. It's whatever. Right behind the car. And then, obviously, I was all that. Lost control right there when we went through there.
So you were here. here in the area when
this
that
is my
car
car
came
right
to
here. Yeah.
So, okay, so you were here in the area when that car came to a stop.
It was already stopped, but I was right behind it. Yeah. That guy in the Prius had been hit sitting right there, and I was like, hey man, you better go down here. That car just crashed right up here. It came here, there was like the 3 police that were chasing him. I was here with him. But I didn't actually see it just get to a stop.
Lock up and secure your belongings as best as you can. I don't have any great answer for that. Right? I understand you're probably fearful. Right? Next time you see that happen, that's why don't chase. Don't do anything like that. Just call 911. Let us handle it, because you're going to put yourself at danger and at risk, like what you are now just did. Right? No other description of that person they dropped off at.
No,
No
because
building.
he ran.
No, he ran.
No.
Okay.
No viste el cruce, nada.
Okay.
They're asking right now. They're not here. Hello, this is the Kent Police. I'm looking for a parent of Jack. This is Jack. Okay. I'm by the Target in Kent. Your daughter was involved in a car accident today.
Police department! The yard's being searched by a police K-9! You come out now or cannot guarantee your safety! Suspect, we know you're back there! Is there access on that side? Okay.
Yep, combination lock.
Oh, that works.
In the house and across this corner. You see behind that witness room?
No, but me go there.
Okay. There?
Yep.
Alright, clear.
I'm guessing this is what he was talking about. Because he said behind the fence.
Yeah, he easily can.
I know. The park? No, we just checked this yard. You got something over there?
With this specific drone sucks, but there might be something worth checking out. So this drone is like literally not good at all. It's not the best, but there's one tiny heat signature right there in the middle of the park.
So what we would like to do is just talk about that night. I'm part of our traffic unit. We got called out to investigate that collision. And with your permission, we'd like to speak with her. It's a voluntary interview, and then we'd like to show her a photo montage if she's willing to do that to help us identify the driver.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Takes her a minute because she broke her leg. So.
She broke her leg. Okay.
Yeah, from the accident.
Yeah. What
so
leg did she break?
Her left leg.
Left leg.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she went to Harborview. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was there until. Well, they went to Valley, and then Valley said no, she has to go to Harborview, send her to Harborview.
Did she have surgery on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she broke her tibia and her fibia.
Oh, wow.
Her left leg, yeah.
What we might do too, if it's okay with you, is sign a medical release waiver that we can list her as a victim in the crash.
Okay.
We would need those medical records. So she does have felony level injuries. So it would be a vehicular assault she'd be a victim of. So we'd like to get her medical records too if we could.
Okay.
And that's up to you as her parent. Hello. How you feeling? Good. That looks like it hurt. So just so you know, I have my camera going. This is just a voluntary interview and part of our traffic unit. We're investigating that crash that happened the other night. Unfortunately, the car that got hit, that guy passed away. So we're investigating that, okay? Do you have any questions of me before we begin? No? Do you want to tell me what happened that night? What led up to that crash?
I don't know. We were just sitting in apartments, and then people, like, I don't know, like, people were, like, outside of the car and were, like, go or something. So we left, and then I couldn't control the car, and then they just started speeding.
Okay, who was driving?
I don't know who they were.
You don't know who it was? Because you told the officers at the scene, I can't remember the name you gave. Do you remember the name you gave them? No? It's what I was talking to your mom here. We have what's called a photo montage, and I would like to show it to you and have you read these instructions and then try to look at these photos we have here and pick the driver out of this montage if you're able to. Is that something you're willing to do? Okay. Yeah, and listen, you're not in trouble here. You're actually the victim of vehicular assault because you broke your leg. That's a serious injury. We'd like to hold the other people accountable and then make you whole by having, your day in court and then hopefully some kind of restitution to help fix your leg, okay? So you're not in trouble at all. You're the victim here, okay? So you don't know who was driving? Is he a friend of yours, or how'd you come to meet him that night?
There was this one, I don't know who they were. I knew some of the people that were in the car.
Okay. And what apartments were you guys at?
I don't know what they're called, but they're by Turkey Park.
Turkey Park. And are they friends of yours you're at, or are you inside an apartment or just outside?
Outside.
And this car just showed up? And you guys got in it and the driver was speeding, is that right? Did they say anything about it? No. Have you ever seen this driver before? You have? Where do you know him from?
I've seen him at Penn Station.
Penn Station? Is he a friend of yours, or just you just seen him?
I've just seen him.
Okay. Okay? So we'll show these to you.
2 or 4.
2 or 4? Okay. Your mom signed the medical records, so we can get the records from Harborview with your leg, okay? Would you be willing to give a voluntary statement, recorded statement as to what happened that night? I know you talked to me yesterday, but the prosecutor's office would like a recorded statement as well. Again, it's a voluntary one, you don't have to. You look hesitant.
Okay, this way, Autumn. We're going this way, Karen.
You know really? Okay, that's fine. I just have another question. So, I'm kind of doing the follow-up stuff here. Do you know Atreyu? You've been in trouble with him before, right? Once? Okay. Was he driving that night? What?
Yeah.
That's a yes? Okay. That's what... Okay, so how come you didn't tell me that yesterday when I asked if you knew who was driving?
I don't really remember.
But you're saying Atreyu, or Trey was the one driving? Okay. You shook your head yes. Okay, so, he left you and left that other guy to die and you there hurting, so don't protect him in the future,
That's
okay?
what we've been saying.
Yeah,
I'm like, don't protect somebody that left you for dead.
Yeah, left one guy literally for dead
That's
and
not
you
a
for
friend.
dead.
That's not anyone you should socialize with.
Yeah, okay. So you don't want to give that recorded statement. If you change your mind, call me back and I'll get that statement from you. I gave you my card yesterday, right, Mom?
Yes, you did.
Okay, if you change your mind and want to give that statement, that's fine. I can come back and do that. We have it on camera, what you just said, so that should suffice.
I think she's been afraid.
Oh, and those are completely normal emotions and
Because
whatnot.
I got the interpretation like he's like 16 or something.
He's a juvenile, I know that. Yeah, I think he's...
I got the interpretation like he was like 16 or something, and she had just turned 14.
Yeah.
And I was like, why?
Yeah. He's under 18, but yeah, and he's been in all kinds of trouble, as you know, with stolen cars and things like that. So, but we needed to know if he was driving, so thank you for being honest about that. If you feel afraid, don't, because he doesn't deserve that power over you, okay? And chances are he's not going to do anything anyways. We could help you out with that. Okay?
Buddy! Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
How you?
Good?
I'm Officer Raven Camp Police.
Yeah.
Hi, are you Mom?
I am. What's up?
Hi, I'm Officer Raven Camp Police. Just so you know, my body camera's on. So
Okay.
I'm here to talk. Probably has to do with his injury, potentially, but a little incident he was involved in July.
What happened?
In a car crash, perhaps?
No?
Sure?
Yeah.
Can you go?
Actually?
Can you go in the house, please?
What?
Okay.
Sorry?
Do you know how he got his arm injured?
I have no idea how he got his arm injured.
Okay. So on July 12th, there was a crash. You may have seen it on the news, where one of his friends was driving and they hit and killed somebody. There were 4 other people in the car.
his wallet is in that car, and
Close the door, please.
I'm confused. I want to listen.
No, I want you to close the door.
Okay. Sorry.
okay. His wallet was in the car.
Okay.
It's a stolen car. So just so we're straight up, 100%, nothing for you to stress and worry about. I'm not looking at him as a suspect in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Strictly just a witness. It's the same thing we're talking with to all the other kids that were in the car.
Okay.
You know Treyu or Trey, his friend?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No.
But he's a guy who's chronically been stealing cars, and his parents were trying to control him. As soon as he would get off juvenile detention, he would immediately go steal one. In this case, he took off from the police, going like 100 miles an hour, and hit and killed another guy. Everybody took off and ran except for one gal whose leg was broken in the car, who was one of their friends as well. So the person we've charged and is in custody is Atreyu, and we're just talking to the other kids just to make sure all the stories match up, and they're strictly just witnesses. That's the only reason I want to talk to him. So I have his wallet, and I have the other people saying car, and I have in the car.
Okay. Close the door.
Please let me listen.
No,
I don't know what happened. I want to listen.
I am your mother, and I am not allowing you to speak to him until I am done speaking to him. And that is it. Don't open this door again.
You can step away if that will make you more comfortable.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm not going to allow him
Okay.
to speak to you
All right.
unless I know for sure that he's not in trouble.
So,
If he is in trouble at all whatsoever and being questioned, first of all, I'm a legal assistant, so
Yeah.
I'm not being questioned to be possibly charged with a crime, he is not going to be spoken to without an attorney present.
correct. So, just so we're clear,
I want this recorded.
the camera's on, it's
Okay.
recording. I've told you straight up, he's just a witness. It's the
Okay.
same thing I told the other ones. By law, as a juvenile, if I was looking at him to be interviewed as a suspect, he would have to have an attorney
Okay.
before he could ever even talk to me.
Okay.
Even if you said, nope, he has to talk to you, mom and dad's permission, it wouldn't matter. By law, he'd have to have an attorney.
Okay, this is good for me to know because I will tell you that his hand was broken on July 13th. So
the crash happened early morning, just after midnight on July 13th.
and at like about 2 in the morning, he came running in my room saying he punched the wall.
Yeah, no.
I did not believe him.
So he's very, very lucky that it's just that, because I've already downloaded the car and everything. They were doing 104 miles an hour when they hit the other guy and killed him.
You have no idea. Okay, I am so upset right now because you have no clue how many times I have spoken to my children about how stupid, dumb decisions like this could ruin and affect
Dude, you're going to get in so much trouble if you don't stay inside till mom's ready for you.
Okay.
the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it's...
And this could literally be a charge.
Well, actually, just again, so we're all on the same page, it was filed as vehicular homicide, 2 counts of assault, potentially 3, because he's injured from that collision. The other 2 are victims as well, so he's potentially another victim. So this would be potentially 3 counts of vehicular assault, the eluding, but the prosecutors actually upgraded it to 2. And they have charging him as an adult.
His friend.
Yes.
Correct. And, okay, so I did see this on the news. Okay. Okay.
And so everybody else has already talked, and again, strictly witness, it's all on camera. If I was going to be charging him, he would have to have an attorney present. I'm just looking for him as a witness and potential victim is what I suspect.
And you want to speak to him right now? Or
if that's okay, yeah.
Okay, can I go talk to him first?
Sure, absolutely.
Can she be out here with me?
Of course, I would have it no other way.
Okay.
Okay.
He has been instructed to be completely
Honest. Okay. The questions
Just calm down,
yeah.
friend. Just
You're not gonna when we're done. You're not going anywhere other than back inside with mom.
Okay.
But you have to be completely honest.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I've already talked to pretty much everybody involved, plus witnesses, and so most of the questions I'm going to ask you, I already know the answer to. It's just a question to find out whether you're being willing to be honest. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, were you in the car, the stolen car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where did you get picked up?
Over there. Over there.
Like,
right down the road.
By the
right
Kimball Apartments, or
No, right down the road. Literally right down at the entrance of the.
So like 108 and 224?
Yeah, no, at the entrance of this neighborhood.
Right, that's 108.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of car were you picked up in?
I don't know the car. Like I don't.
Describe it for me.
gray.
Okay. Like
That's
a
all I
sedan?
know.
Like
Four
a
doors.
Four
Yeah.
doors?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know what brand or anything like that?
No, sir.
Do you know what day this was?
What day did you say?
Well, the crash happened on the early morning of the 13th. So July.
July 13th.
So I would imagine you probably got picked up in the afternoon or evening of the July 12th, if we're talking about the same time.
No, July 13th is when I did.
So it was in the morning that the accident happened, like 12
Yeah, it
p.m.
happened
at
just
night.
just after midnight, which is the
Okay.
13th. So on the 12th evening of the 12th is when most people said they got picked up. But if you got picked up right before the collision, then so be it. But
I don't know the time. I don't know.
Was it late at night? Was it still evening, early?
It was late.
Okay. Who all was in the car? First of all, who was driving the car?
Trey.
And
I don't know the other people.
What's Trey's full name?
I don't know his full name. I know is it Trayvon or Trey? I don't know his last name.
How do you know him?
A friend from school.
Which school?
Kentwood.
Okay. And he's in your class?
No, just a friend that walks around in the hallways. I see him.
Okay. So you don't know who else was in the car? Any ideas?
Not their names. No.
Okay. Boys, girls?
I think it was all boys.
Not sure though.
No, I literally don't know them. I just know Trey. That's
Okay.
it.
All right. So you get picked up by Trey, and what happens?
We just were driving, and he got in a crash. Like that's what happened.
Not you were just driving, but what were you just doing?
So, again, I'm asking questions I know answers to. Okay? So we're just driving at some point, but at some point, did you guys notice the police behind you?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you know there were police?
The sirens.
And
the lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened when Trey saw the lights and siren?
He took off.
Okay. How fast do you guys think you were going?
I don't know. Fast.
Okay. And what happened?
He crashed. That's all I know.
Do you know what he crashed into?
No. I didn't know anything else.
Okay. You didn't see what he hit?
Nope. I literally don't know.
So what happened after the crash?
I don't know.
No, don't lie. What did
I don't
you
know
do?
what happened.
Okay, so the car crashes,
Yes.
it comes to a stop, it
Yes, sir.
starts to catch on fire.
Yes, sir.
You obviously didn't stick around and sit in the car. Where
No.
did you go?
I don't know where I went. I have no clue where I went.
Did you stay at the scene or
No.
did you leave?
No, sir.
So you ran away?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we're getting at, okay? And then at one point, you got picked up by somebody or did you walk home? Or
I walked home.
Again, I'm asking questions I know answers to, so it's best that you're
Oh, no,
honest.
I got picked up by his dad. His dad, yep.
By whose dad?
Trey's dad.
And how did you guys call Trey's dad?
My phone.
Correct answer. Okay. So you got picked up and where did you go after that? Where
Home.
did he take you? Brought
Straight
you
home.
here?
Yep.
Okay. I see you have a cast on your right arm.
Yep.
How did that happen?
The crash.
And is it broken or just
Yeah.
sprained?
Broken in the hand, like split in half.
Okay. So you're really, really lucky because you were sitting in front and you guys hit that other car pretty much to the T. And I already know from downloading the car, you guys were doing 104 miles an hour when you hit that car. And I don't know if Mom told you, but that driver that you guys hit died. Okay? And Trey has now been charged as an adult with...
So I literally just told him he could be going to jail for the rest of his life just by being in that car. Do you understand me? Do you understand me?
And even if that part doesn't stick, you could be dead.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Are you
honestly,
kidding?
I got out of that car and I didn't know how. I only broke a hand. I thought I was literally dead. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was dead.
Unfortunately, the person who had nothing to do with any of this is dead, right? So, if it's okay with Mom, what I would like to do is get a medical release so I can first figure out where you went to get the treatment so that I can get a copy of the medical records.
Medical Valley Center.
Valley
No,
Medical.
we went to Valley Medical Urgent Care, and then we went to ProLiance Orthopedics
to
at
get the
Valley
cast.
to have it casted.
Okay. But initially
I
you
can
went...
sign it, if whatever.
Well, unfortunately, I'll have you, initial it, but unfortunately, once they're over 13, they won't accept it unless they sign it.
Okay.
So, I'll go grab that form if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And are you willing to be a victim and witness for this case?
Sure.
Because I assume you don't want to be a suspect, right?
I don't.
And that's, again,
Yeah.
we said from the get-go,
Yeah.
I'm treating you just like a witness
Yeah.
because ultimately you didn't have control over the car.
Yeah.
We potentially could have gone down the road of when you left this person at the scene without checking on
Yes,
him.
sir.
But we also know that the proximate cause of this whole thing is Trey. We need to hold him accountable, so we're going to keep you guys as witnesses.
Thank you for that.
All right. So You're being honest. I appreciate that. Were you wearing your seatbelt at least?
I don't remember. I literally don't.
Do you have any injuries like around up in your neck or anything?
It was literally only my hand, and I don't know how. I really don't.
Yeah, honestly, I don't either because the front passenger seatbelts were actually not being worn.
Yeah, I don't know how. I only broke
So
my hand.
yeah, I don't know how you didn't go through the windshield. To be
Yeah.
honest with you. So, all right, let me go.
So you're telling me they were going 104 miles an hour. He was in the front seat of the
front
car
passenger seat. Yep.
with no seatbelt on,
Yep.
and he is standing here
With a broken hand. Yeah.
alive.
Yeah,
So
I don't know how.
yeah, it's a
really
complete miracle because just the way that car spun afterwards was enough to maybe keep him in the car. I can't explain it.
The other guy lost his life.
Yeah, and then we have another guy who's got a broken shoulder, one of your passengers, and then there was a female that was in the back with the boys, and she has a broken leg in 2 places. But you guys got off pretty easy.
Yeah.
According to police reports, the driver of the stolen Hyundai was described as a 16-year-old male known only as Atreyu. He fled the scene on foot and has not yet been located. The 14-year-old female passenger was rescued from the wreckage and transported to Valley Medical Center. She is not currently facing charges. The victim in the white Honda, Alazar Kachiyev, sustained serious injuries and was treated on scene, but was later pronounced dead. The stolen Hyundai had previously been reported with the Kent PD case, number 249610. Atreyu remains at large and is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.